Hey everyone, how's it going? So this is my backyard. It doesn't look like much right here, but there's a lot going on close to the ground. So started with this backyard portion. I started putting in natives, I'd say maybe like 3 years ago. And it was actually mainly in this portion right here. Mainly in this portion. And then I kind of started introducing natives to this portion over here, and then this portion over here. And then just last fall, I started introducing natives, mostly seeds, in this back portion of the yard. So we'll get back there in a second. But for now, let's start over here. Alright, so let's see what we have going on here. So here we have some compass plant. Here, let's see if I can zoom in first. Here we have some compass plant that is starting to emerge. This is probably a second or third year compass plant. I haven't even planted them. They just come up really easily through seed. They come up really easily through this gravel right here. There we have another baby. Here, let's see, where did it go? Another baby compass plant. I'm not sure if you guys can see it. Let's see. See if I can zoom in. Baby compass plant. The scientific name is Silphium laciniatum. Alright, so here we have some common violet, Viola sororia. It's about to start blooming. Here we have some more compass plant, Silphium laciniatum. Over here now we have its close brother, which is Silphium perfoliatum. Common name, cup plant. And these two species, here we have an older one, another older compass plant. But these two species, they get really tall, really robust. And the reason why I keep them in my front yard, well, not my front yard, the reason why I keep them in my backyard and not my front yard is because for that very reason, they just get extremely tall. And if I were to put them in my front yard, people would be complaining about it. It just wouldn't look right. So that's why I only restrict them to the backyard. This grass right here, right next to it, I'm pretty sure is Alamus canadensis. Alamus virginicus might be another option. I'm pretty sure it's Alamus canadensis though. Pretty easy to grow native grass. It can get pretty aggressive, especially if you only see that in a portion of your yard, so I'd have caution about that. Let's keep going around this way. And here actually we have some flowering violets. So this is the common violet, Viola sororia. I don't plant these, I don't seed them. They just come up naturally on their own. Very easy to grow native. You don't really have to do much to them. Some people don't like them, they just pull them out of their yards, but I don't see them as being problematic. So yeah, I just leave them. They're pretty good for pollinators and all that, so. And over here, this just caught my eye right now. So this is white, I'm pretty sure this is white clover. Or if it's not white clover, it's probably Alzheimer clover. White clover being, let's see, Trifolium repens. I'm pretty sure it's repens. If it's not repens, then it's white clover is Trifolium repens, and Alzheimer clover is Trifolium hybridum, but they're both non-native, so that's why I'm pulling it out, because they're really aggressive and then they start competing with natives and not a good plant to have. So I threw it out over here on this little deck just to draw out the roots and make sure that it dies. Alright, so let's keep going. Here we have some really robust Silphium perfoliatum. Cup plant is the common name, and like I said, they're really robust. I restrict them to the backyard just because they get really, big and bushy and extremely tall. I mean, they're taller than me. I mean, they can get up to over 10 feet tall. So you don't want a plant that is over 10 feet tall in your front yard. It just makes, the whole prairie, the whole native plant thing look bad. Native garden idea look bad. Here we have some Retibita pinnata, which is yellow coneflower. Really easy to grow native. And you can see it's growing in gravel. 99% of these plants I did not plant through plug. I actually planted them through seed. I just sowed seed, threw some seed down, and they just grow up. So pretty easy to grow native. They typically bloom like in July to August, and they have nice little yellow blooms. This plant just caught my attention. Looks like some sort of a silphium. Kind of interesting, actually. I'd say compass plant or Silphium integrifolium, which is rosin weed, but I think I might go with compass plant. Just the leaves are not, that serrated right now compared to the older, mature ones. That's what I'd guess. If you guys have any other suggestions or comments as to what this plant might be, leave it down in the comments down below. Alright, let's keep going. Well, actually, let me just show you guys this. All those plants that you guys see over there, those big clumps all dotted over there, more of that Silphium perfoliatum cup plant, and it's a pretty easy to grow native, as I said earlier. As you guys can see, I just be careful with it. It can get aggressive. What I do is once they start flowering and once they go to seed, I actually collect the seed and put it in other parts of the yard where there isn't anything growing yet. Because if I were to leave the seed here and scatter it over here in the rest of the yard and the rest of this area over here, it just would be cup plant jungle over here. So that's why I don't leave the seed heads and scatter them over the yard, because it can get kind of aggressive. So let's keep coming this way and see what else we see. And you can see how big these, Silphium perfoliatum clumps are. I mean, that's my shoe right there. That's my foot, and that's how big the clump is. So, and I actually just saw this earlier, right before I started filming. I saw these plants right here, which I'm pretty excited about. They look pretty healthy, robust. So these are Culver's root, Veronicastrum virginicum. Very excited that they're coming up and really healthy and very vigorous, growing right alongside its little friend Silphium perfoliatum. And over here we have some more. And now these Culver's root I actually did plant from plug. I got them from a native plant sale. I believe it was a native plant sale from DuPage County, from what I remember. There we have a really healthy clump of it. Here, let's zoom in closer because it deserves a good zoom. And you can see my hand, here, let's zoom out now. You can see how big this clump is. It's bigger than the size of my hand, so very vigorous. And actually I want to talk about this little piece of garbage right here. So this whole area over here, it was a pool. There used to be a big pool here, but we took it out, and that's why you can still see some of these remains of this pool lining. But we took the pool out and we put in Prairie. That's why you can still see over here there's a pool deck over there, but I use it like an outlook to see the Prairie in midsummer, because it can get a little bit hard to walk through here when the plants start getting tall and all that. So yeah, here we have some grass over here. Now this grass, I'm pretty sure is Elamis canadensis, Canada wild rye. If it's not Canada wild rye, then it's Virginia wild rye, Alamus virginicus. So all of these plants over here, most of them are that Silphium perfoliatum cup plant that I was talking to you guys earlier. And like I was saying, it can get pretty aggressive, as you can see why. Here's little seedlings just coming up everywhere. Actually, this is a yellow coneflower, but all of these over here are the cup plant. And I was seeing some first year seedlings. Okay, they're over here. So over here is some first year seedlings. So yeah, keep an eye out for that. Make sure it doesn't become super aggressive. I wanted to show you over here. This is one of the few shrubs I have on my property. This is Aronia melanocarpa, choke cherry. Yeah, this is a great shrub. Pollinators love it. The bees just love it when it's flowering, and probably like in May, maybe about a month from now, or probably a few weeks from now, it'll be blooming, and just all insects love it. And in late summer, early fall, the birds just munch on all the berries, and yeah, a great plant for wildlife. Alright, so let's go down this way. So here is a nice clump of Monarda fistulosa. All of this right here. Common name is wow, it's been a long winter. Monarda fistulosa is bee balm. It's also called wild bergamot. Alright, let's come around this way. This appears to be some sort of actually this is New England aster coming up right here. Pretty vigorous growth. Pretty happy to see that. New England aster, Symphyotrichum nova angliae is the common name. And apparently I planted some Arenaria stricta over here. Let's see, it might be this one. Well, I can't really see it right now, but hope that I can see it sometime soon. Now I'm looking at this plant over here. It has caught my attention. I'm actually not sure what this is, actually. Interesting. I'll get back to that later. Alright, so all of this grass that you see over here is Canada wild rye, mixed in with some Virginia wild rye, and there's also some bottle brush grass, Alamus hystrix, growing through here. So we have all of the three main Alamus genus grasses growing through here. Alright, so here we have some more of the Monarda fistulosa growing. And this plant is really good for if you guys like to grow, or if you guys like to brew tea. It's a very good tea, a very good plant to make tea out of. Very aromatic. It can also be used as oregano. This plant is very good for your digestive, immune and respiratory system. Alright, so let's keep walking. Over here we have some prickly pear, Opuntia humifusa. And I planted these maybe like 2 years ago, and they don't look like much right now, but hopefully they could maybe bloom or create a new pad this year. Over there we have some more of the prickly pear, Opuntia humifusa. Over here I just spotted some Penstemon digitalis, foxglove beard tongue. very easy to grow native, has white blooms in late May, June. Over here, it's a plant that I'm not proud of. Let's walk this way. Now this is a non-native grass. Like I was saying earlier, it's been a long winter. I'm forgetting a lot of the names already. Let's see. When I remember the name, I'll let you guys know. But it's just, I didn't think it was a problem when I first saw it, maybe like 1 or 2 years ago. But it then has spread through seed and through rhizomes, so I've been controlling it. I plan to hopefully spray a concentrated amount of vinegar on it to kill it, or I might just dig it up, depending on what it does, how it reacts to the vinegar. Alright, so let's keep walking this way. Here we have actually some more of that Symphylotrichum Nova Angliae. Here, let's zoom in so we can see a little bit better. New England aster. Alright, a pretty easy to grow native, very showy, especially in late summer, early spring. Sorry, late summer, early fall. Alright, let's see what else is coming up. Trying not to step on anything nice, but just like my front yard, I believe that the soil here is pretty alkaline. It's pretty calcareous. That's why you see a lot of like milk vetch and that marble seed growing throughout my yard, front and backyard. So this is the milk vetch, Astragalus canadensis, doing really happily. Sorry about that ambulance in the background. Some more of that milk vetch, Astragalus canadensis, Astragalus canadensis. There we have that marble seed on Osmodium mole, which does like that calcareous soil, very alkaline soil. Let's see. Now, I'm pretty sure that this is soapwort. It's also called bouncing bet, Saponaria officinalis. I haven't really extremely gotten rid of it yet, just because I have a feeling it might be something else. But if you guys are positive that it is bouncing bet or soapwort, let me know down in the comments below, just so I can get a second opinion. Here we have some tall goldenrod, Solidago altissima, native plant, but it can get very aggressive, invasive, so that's why I control it every year. I pull them out, I cut back the seed heads and throw them away. So I don't really like to have that plant in my garden, just because it can get really invasive and start crowding out the nicer native plants. So over here we have some, let's see if I can zoom in. Here we have some fleabane, Erigeron annuus, I believe it is I believe that's the species name, Erigeron annuus, annual fleabane. Very easy to grow native. I actually didn't even seed it or plant it, it just kind of came on its own. And this plant likes to bloom actually for a pretty long time, from maybe starting like in July, and it blooms all the way until basically like a deep frost, probably like all the way until December, I'd say. At least that's what it does in my yard. Let's see, let's keep walking and let's see what else we find. Okay, so here we have a new plant right here. This is sneezeweed, Helenium autumnale. Now it's kind of funny though, because a lot of plants that like to grow in moist soil to standing water,